Hello, and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. Today, I want to talk about the current push to keep politics out of book talk. Now, I know, guys, we're not on our regular time frame. Usually we do these on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'm doing this little thing just because I wanted to direct my attention to this topic. Now, if you are aware about my podcast, you know that books are a big part of that. And politics, in my opinion, will always play a big part of books. Political fiction is not only agreed an old art form, but an influential one in our culture. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Throughout our history, political fiction has had a major part. Critical issues like women's rights, slavery, as well as communism. And let's be honest, our current truths right now, since our election, is reading more like fiction and forces us to question their veracity. But, even that could be my wishful thinking. Now, we are all aware that not all fiction and books are political, but almost all fiction is some elements of politics. Now, I would never wish to turn my podcast into a religious channel, but even the Bible shares elements of political figures, such as referral to kings, soldiers, tax collectors. Books have a way of illuminating truths, such as Harriet Beecher Stowe's book on those, or the books of Charles Dickens. Some may say the political fiction, such as George Orwell's 1984 Animal Farm, shines a light on the evils of the world. I could cite many more books. We can make a whole list of books and what point of history and their time frame and things that they help shape and mold and create. And the books that frame those political bindings, you can you can do a meager search on Google and find. However, this newest craze over keeping politics out of book talk, in my personal opinion, has more to do with those opinions of the people asking for it to stay out of book talk, in my personal opinion. Brings the fact to me when I think about this whole political stance and where it weighs as far as book talk. To me, it has no more difference than being sold for cheaper gas or a cheaper bag of groceries. And those aren't reality. There is no cheaper gas right now. There is no cheaper bag of groceries. That's a promise based on a pledge given forward in the election. A promise, in my personal opinion, won't even come to fruition because of the simple fact they don't have control over the Fed or the interest rate that's coming out of that. They might be able to put in place some sort of penalty for companies or entities that are trying to fix the rate into their personal profit scale. However, let's not be fooled. I mean, can you actually see that happening to big business for who we've got coming into office? I don't. So don't be fooled. There will always be politics in book talk. And when you ask there not to be, to me, that tells me more about your politics than anything else. Thank you for listening.